Welcome to Bizworld. I'm Nurin Razmyn. The government has named the overall top bond issuer in bond pricing agency Malaysia, BPAM, for the first quarter of 2024, with a total issuance of 50 billion ringgit. The government has also issued the most traded bond, valued at 221 billion ringgit. BPAM, in a report, said Paklis led in bond issuance with 1.41 billion ringgit, while Chagamas issued the most traded corporate bond with 1.17 billion ringgit. In contrast, Maybank Islamic Bank was the top sukuk issuer, and Dana Infra Nasional was the issuer of the most traded sukuk. Meanwhile, Malaysian trustees emerged as the top bond trustee overall, with 48.51 billion ringgit in value across 91 issues. MIDF Research forecasts a promising future for MSM Malaysia Holdings, expecting a rise in its earning per share. The outlook is supported by the possibility of a decline in raw sugar prices, similar to those seen in the financial years 2014 and 2015. It highlighted that the conclusion of rectification efforts at MSM Johor allowed the group to increase its melting operations, addressing the growing demand in Asia-Pacific markets and potentially enhancing its stock value. The normalization of average selling prices for both local and export markets, coupled with expected growth in sales volume, is set to enhance the group's sugar yield and decrease production expenses, thus establishing a path towards sustainable profits. Loan growth expanded by 5.8% compared to the same period last year in February, showing resilience despite softer loan indicators. According to CIMB Securities, this marks a slight increase from January's 5.7% growth. It also noted that the February figure is higher than the domestic loan growth forecast of 5.3% for 2024. Annualized loan growth was also higher at 4.2% in February compared to the 3% rate in January, signaling stronger sequential growth. The 2,781 billionaires around the world are worth a record 67.4 trillion ringgit altogether. According to Forbes, with many markets up, the surge in wealth has made 265 people billionaires over the past year, up from 150 newcomers in 2023. The US leads the pack, with 67 Americans joining the ranks. The most famous newcomer is Taylor Swift, whose record-breaking 5-continent Eras tour is the first to surpass $1 billion in revenue. More than half of this year's newcomers are self-made billionaires, meaning they funded the companies that made them wealthy, rather than inheriting their fortunes. The technology sector accounts for 38 newcomers, the second most behind manufacturing. Bursa Malaysia closed slightly lower today, led by the sell-down in the banking stocks. At 5 p.m., the FBM KLCI declined by 10.9 points to 1,537.01 points. Losers trumped gainers with 592 against 480 counters, while 488 counters traded unchanged. According to Bank Muamalat, the recent earthquake in Taiwan has sent ripples to the regional markets. This is due to its prominent position in manufacturing semiconductor-related products. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Nurin Razmyn. Keep tuning in to TV3 and selamat berbuka puasa.